The unknown zone.
Talk show, talk show.
Zone unknown.
Talk show, talk show.
How the hell you find it?
In your overpriced high-tech telephone.
Deep in your bones.
Underneath a pile of stones.
It's some kind of virus. Deep in your nose, in between your toes, smack dab in the middle of your split crotch pantyhose. The unknown show.
Talk show, talk show.
The unknown show.
Talk show, talk show.
The unknown zone.
Talk show. Okay, here we go. We're recording. Recording. Go ahead, Phil, do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Bozo the Clown of Brooklyn Public Access, Miss Von Dillette.
Woo! I think I've outdone myself with that intro. What do you think, Phil?
Love it.
Love it. Hi, I'm Yvonne Dillette, your host of the Unknown Zone Talk Show. Welcome. I'm exhausted. This is a show that begs to ask the question, what does Bill Gates do for fun? I think that's a great question. And it's funny because I stayed over a friend's house. Yesterday was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
There you go. I was waiting. Thank you. And I'm 40 again, so that feels great.
Nice.
Ageless.
That's right.
That's my age, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know you do.
I was 40 once.
I was 40 many times. So exactly. So sometimes I'm a little slow on the jokes. It's weird. I shouldn't be. So
we were all created in God's image. Don't worry, you're fine.
Except Bill Gates, but whatever.
Right.
So so we'll get to that.
He's a code writing kook.
Holy mackerel. Okay, we have a lot to talk about. And because of censorship, I may, edit accordingly. Sometimes I put in vomit sound effects, whatever. Not that we're that popular, the show, but just in case.
Well, if the FBI, CIA, ATF are watching us, God bless them.
Right? Would that be kind of cool, right?
Yes.
All of a sudden in the middle of the show, they bust in through your door, Yvonne, and they just take you away.
I'm dead. Right.
The ATF ran out of compounds to invade. They're coming after us.
So I can't even be that popular. See, that to me, that might be the epitome of success for myself. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, before we continue, let me introduce you guys. Today we have my sidekick and the band, Phil Sorge.
Hey.
And special guest today, who I've never met before, and I already feel a rapport. I have to say that. Geoff Kole, and I'm going to read you your bio. I'm going to read it. We never talk about that shit usually, but I think it's important because you're
It's a typical comedian's bio. All the comedians have that type of a bio, I'm sure. So go right ahead.
Right. Well, okay. You're a 20-year comedy veteran who helped manage, run, at times, and teach comedy.
Yes.
Broadway Comedy Club. See, I knew what the CCs meant because I'm in comedy as well.
Right.
Stand Up New York, The Strip, Laugh Factory, New York City, all LA Long Island comedy clubs?
Yes.
All of them.
I worked all of them and taught comedy at all. I didn't teach comedy at the brokerage. I just ran a show there for about 7 years under Gary Smith, who used to own it. Okay,
cool. Managed entire underground lounge. And
what a treat that was. Got to watch a waitress, her hair catch on fire when I told her not to bend over the candles 1,000 times.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she had frizzy hair. I said, don't bend over those candles. Your hair is everywhere. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Sure enough, half of her hair caught fire like one of those, like if you've ever lit gunpowder. If you ever lit gunpowder?
Every day.
Yeah. And she looked at me.
Yvonne's prepared for the apocalypse.
Yeah, she walked to the back, took her stuff, and left. We never heard from her again.
Wow.
So she was literally burnt out.
Boom. Wait. I have a... I have sound effects.
A
Okay.
I gave myself a round of applause.
That was
there
wonderful.
you go.
And I gave you a big burp, which I do one burp per show, so that's
At least one.
I don't have to exactly.
Drink to that.
I don't have to think about it. So welcome, Jeff.
Welcome. Yes. Welcome.
Yes, I
What's
found
the band's name? I'm sorry, I forgot the band's name.
Phil.
Phil, sorry about that, Phil.
It's on the little screen over there.
Phil Sorge. The band's name? The band's name, right. Wow. So
Okay.
there's a lot to talk about. We're going to be all over the place. It's going to be fantastic. So
All right.
I met you. I've heard of you. I was recommended to you by Sassy Jennifer.
Sassy, yes.
Who is like me. So this is what's good about the show is, among many things, is I'm anti that thing.
Right.
And Phil, I don't know. Are you pro Phil, or you just do whatever anyone tells you?
No, it based on circumstances. So
Right.
you know me. I'm so analytical. I'm a typical Libra. You know that.
Libra, right. What's your sign? What's your sign, Jeff?
Taurus.
Taurus. Oh, I love Taurus.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
The only thing about the Taurus that I read about years ago, which I didn't think applied, was that we're a lover of all things artistic and aesthetic, and we have the tendency to become corpulent. That's what I read. So now I'm at about 100. I'm between 195 and 205 pounds. I would love to be 185, but I'm not going to stop eating anytime soon.
Amen, brother.
Yes.
I know you don't know what this means, but I have Lilith in Taurus, and that means I'm a glutton and a pig, and I'm also a pig in Chinese, which is great.
Very nice.
My weight goes up and down all the time. It's fantastic.
All right. It's okay. I just, I would love to go do one of these cleansing fasts again, but I don't think I want to drink water, apple cider vinegar, and maple syrup for 2 weeks.
How did you did that? You've done that?
I did it for 5 days, and cayenne pepper. I think it was water,
Sure.
vinegar, but I felt I did it. You're supposed to do it like for 7 days. I lasted for 4.5 days. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
No. I can't imagine doing it. I always have good intentions, but I can't ever imagine doing that. I feel like within like 2 hours, I'd be like, if you don't give me some fucking food, I'm going to kill someone.
Well, what happens is I started like a crackhead ODing on the organic grade B maple syrup. I started pouring more syrup into the mixture. That's how I knew it was time to get out.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
I want to ask you, because you're kind of hard to find online. So so when you say comedy, did you do stand up?
Yeah, my website's been down for a while.
Okay.
There really hasn't been much going on for the last year. So I've been in no rush to get the site up. If I get the site up again, I should in about a month or so. I did stand up for about 20 years.
Wow.
More on than more off. I traveled. I had when I had a car. I have another one. It's a long story.
So you wait. I just want to clear. So you had a car, and you no longer have that car. You have another car.
Yeah. Well, somebody in North Bergen, New Jersey, decided not to pay attention to the road and use their cell phone and rear-ended me at high speed.
That's very common.
In North Bergen, New Jersey. And they didn't even write her up for reckless driving because they didn't see her. But I'm like, skid marks, hello. So,
yeah. Well, the world's great. The world's great right now.
Yeah, but the law, I should do okay with that. The lawyers are taking care of it, and the company admitted immediately. But I would have rather just not been rear-ended. Anyway, I got another car. Another car. Should be on the road soon. That was a Scion XA, built in Japan. Amazing. This one is a Pontiac Vibe, also known as a Toyota Matrix.
Wow. I just have to...
Like Sassy, a stick shift.
Oh, cool. So I have to let you know I'm a woman.
I've noticed.
So when you go into details...
Are we allowed to say that nowadays?
I don't know.
Wait, we'll get to that. But as soon as you start going to like car mechanical stuff, I went to another place.
That's why I did this. Stick shift.
You lost it. You lost it. Phil, were you interested? Well, Phil is visually impaired though, so you don't drive visually.
No, I don't drive. If I drive, I'll be rear-ending a lot of people.
There'll be a lot of death on the road.
But Jeff,
about the car, I had to go into it.
But Jeff, I saw that your website was down, but I also saw that you have it looks like according to online, you have some obsession with bicycles.
What makes you say that?
Well, wait a second. Hold it. So my point was, you're in comedy 20 years, and I couldn't find any videos of you doing stand-up. So what's up with
I'll
that?
tell you why.
Please, would you?
Don't
go into cars while you're talking about it.
I'm a little
bikes.
Exactly.
I'm a little old-fashioned, and one might say a little underemployed. You could say that too.
Okay.
I never wanted to post anything online. This goes back a long ways because I didn't want anyone lifting my stuff. A lot of comedians.
You're paranoid.
Yeah, a lot of comedians feel that way. However, now, unfortunately, you kind of have to roll with that. Everything's got to be online.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna get over that pretty soon. But that's
I would hurry.
I'm kind of old school like that.
Yes.
I'm old school, not as old school as this guy.
Flip Wilson?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
One of the greatest that ever existed.
Oh, fantastic.
But yeah, I'm old school where I didn't want anything online. But unfortunately, so you'll be hearing of me probably within the next several months, and I'll post stuff.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
Well, I do relate to you. Don't interrupt me, Phil. I do relate now. I love Phil, and I'm grateful for Phil. I do relate to that in a sense when I've written plays and screenplays, especially where I didn't want to tell. I would always copyright them, but I always think my ideas are the best. So you get nervous, but you know what? I don't know. It might be easier with comedy for people to steal your ideas. The joke is that Robin Williams, whenever Robin Williams would go into a comedy club, no comic would want to go on stage.
Correct. He was a huge thief. Huge.
He was a huge thief, and what the tale was that not only would he steal your stuff, but he would do it better.
Well, that's just like Led Zeppelin. They would steal stuff and do it better. They were rumored. I say rumored to steal stuff because it's like most people in the business will say, yes, they definitely lifted. And then, everybody lifts. I mean, so the band Heart opened up for another band. Gosh, I forgot the name, but they stole that riff for Barracuda from the band they opened for. I
can play it.
Huh?
Yeah, I can play it.
They admitted stealing that riff.
Did they get sued?
I don't know. I wish they did, but it was for a band they opened up with, and it's tough to compete because their lead singer has these pipes. You can't, really reach.
Well, notes. And at some point, you just have to trust. You have to trust the universe that you got to do your thing, and you got obviously if you ever go to my YouTube page, which would be great. Right. I have over 100 videos, and and actually what I do, nobody else does, because usually, and this is something I wanted to bring up, Phil, you and I want to acknowledge and pay respects. We used to have a clown.
Thank you.
We've had a couple clowns, but the latest clown retired, perhaps.
Happy with
clown retire. Once a clown, always a clown.
Well, he retired from the show.
Oh, okay.
So his name was Happy, and he had a puppet named Polyamorous.
Mm.
And he was on the show for about four episodes, Phil?
Yeah, at least. Yeah,
yes.
It was a lot of fun.
He was a lot of fun. And he sent me an email a couple weeks ago saying that he needed to, I think he said take a break. It wasn't like a permanent thing, although, once,
Go to clown therapy?
He needed for personal, that's funny that you say that, for personal issues that he needed.
People need to stop trying to handle their personal issues. Life sucks, and you wake up another day, God willing, and life doesn't suck.
Correct.
And if life sucks for an extended period of time, at some point, it won't suck. And if life does suck, that's your lot in life, to fight through it so you can help others overcome their life sucking.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Well, and this is the thing.
People need to stop trying to be happy.
And, this is the bottom line is, and God bless him, I was grateful for the time we had. But I think the bottom line is we all do what we want to do. Right. And he might have just been, he did it as much as he wanted to do on the show, because especially men do what they want to do.
I think that's a big general.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
I think that's a big stereotype there.
Yeah,
We do that. They're trying to make that illegal, but for now, yeah, a lot of men do what they want to do, mainly in the South. But New York men do whatever they're told to do.
Almost.
I don't know about that.
Well, you need to
Like
hang
Cuomo?
around.
Like Cuomo?
Well, Cuomo is facing a little backlash because the people around him who were too afraid to say what was going on. So you can only get away with that sort of stuff for so long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and listen, we know there's other stuff going on. That might even be, that could all be true. I'm not saying.
The family was rumored to be very crooked. His father, gifted speaker, saved my life, not my life, but my ass when I was involved in a bad engagement. He spoke to me. We had a brief one-on-one chat session.
Really?
Speaking. So I have respect for his dad, but that family, they're no angels. The Cuomo family.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. So Geoff, you're not voting to change the name of the bridge then?
Well, there's certain radio DJs that they still call it the what is it called? The Tap and Z. They call it Tap. I call it the Tap and Z. I'm not calling it the God bless Mario Cuomo, but I ain't calling it the Cuomo Bridge. That's silly. That sounds stupid.
And may I just say something? Who gives a fucking shit?
Yeah. Even the Koch Bridge. I like that Koch. I'm not calling it the Koch Bridge, the 59th Street.
Absolutely.
Right.
The Koch Bridge. Oh.
Well, why are they wasting time? What is
and
that?
And the Triborough Bridge, too.
Who cares?
Who cares if it's RFK? No one. Who cares about RFK anymore? I don't know.
Well, I'll still call the RFK, at least it has an acronym. That's an easy one to pronounce. I still prefer Triborough, but RFK, I'll get, because he did a lot of good stuff. I mean, the family wasn't too smart going after all these criminals after the criminals put them in office. But RFK's easy. Mario Cuomo Bridge. Are you kidding me? How about this? How about we just call it the Tap?
Exactly. And let me ask you a question. I am amazed by the narcissism of the individual, that he wrote a book of how great his leadership was.
Right.
And said, it's so funny because I hardly watched his, briefings because, he's an animal. Just in general, I just feel like
Stop holding back your feelings.
Okay, I'm trying.
No, we gotta help her open up, Phil. We gotta work on this.
She turned 40 again. Come on.
Yeah, leave me alone. I'm just maturing into adulthood.
Oh, by the way, Phil, I love those wireless headphones you've got on.
Thank you.
I keep talking about whether we should have mics or not, but the sound seems fine, right? What do you think?
It is. We're fine.
Yeah. So Cuomo wrote a book of his great leadership. He won an Emmy, which I think is fantastic.
No one wins an Emmy; they're given Emmys now.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
It's a travesty winning an Emmy.
Hitler, come over here. You won an Emmy. That was
Congratulations, Hitler.
Hitler, that was a great speech. Hitler would now get an Emmy for a speech.
Exactly. And then my favorite was around the holidays. He said he was very excited for Christmas because he couldn't wait to get all the presents that he deserved for all the hard work he did all year.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Well, he got a few presents recently, all from women that can't stand him.
Holla. Yeah. Exactly. So, so that whole thing. So let's see. So I want to go back to my earlier question because I stayed in Manhattan last night.
Isn't it lovely? Now everything's opening up. If you can navigate in between the, do you know what a sukkah is?
Yes.
Okay. Phil does. You know what? So now you've got all these
I'm part Jewish, bro.
Oh, good. There's all these sukkahs outside these buildings, fake housing. Suddenly, Corona is in the restaurant, but it's not in these sukkahs. Fake houses.
Well, I did it. I'll just show you. Let me show you.
Where'd she go, Phil? Oh my God, where'd she go?
I did this on a show, but since you haven't watched anything, I'm gonna redo this because I think it's very important. I did an artist rendering.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you so much. And I'll just explain it briefly. This is a restaurant, in case it's not obvious. When you walk in the restaurant, right, here's the maitre d' with the thermometer. Right, so you get the temperature taken. I always get it done on the wrist because I'm an intuitive as well, and I don't want to hurt my third eye, so I do get the temperature taken.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. So then, the virus is everywhere, right, when you walk in. But then you walk past the bar, the virus is everywhere. And then you get to the table, virus is not below this line, 4 feet.
Exactly.
But see that the waiter has to wear a mask.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's here and above. So the virus is not here the whole time you're in the restaurant. And then, I don't know if it's still true, but when I originally did this segment, the virus would come back at 10 and then everybody would have to leave.
Yes.
Right.
Now it's midnight or something.
Is it midnight? Yeah, the virus has a timetable. So, so I was in the city yesterday for my birthday. I was hanging out with my very good friend who happens to be my hair colorist.
Very talented guy.
Nice,
Very
nice.
talented Larry Bianco.
I color my beard, only I use a wash that gradually reduces the gray. Gradually.
Wonderful. You did it. It looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's get a close up. Very nice. Makes my editing easier. Good. Okay. All right. Phil's on. All right. I don't know what's happening. So anyway,
she's terrible at technology.
I suck at editing. So I went into the city. I took the I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn.
Yay.
I took the yay.
I like Brooklyn. I do.
It's very pretty. I'm right by the water where I am.
I hate the G train. The G train sucks. But other than that, every time I have to take the G train to buy parts, which I try not to, I always go in the wrong direction. You have to wait for the G train. You go in the wrong direction, and then like to save 2 cents, you end up spending 2 hours.
That's fascinating.
So,
I've actually never been on the G train. I'm in Bay Ridge. It's the R train, the rarely or the never.
That's not bad. Well, okay, but at least it's one train and it travels. I mean, the G, they named it the G. It's like, gee, what are we going to do with this?
There you go. Right, exactly. So, but the best is I take an express bus, which is heavenly.
Oh yes, oh yes.
So and I'm at the first stop, and the last stop literally stops in front of my apartment. It's fucking nuts. Across the street. So anyway, so I take the express bus into the city yesterday. And I'm meeting my friend.
How long is that bus?
About half hour, 40 minutes downtown.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all. Heavenly. And now it's empty because hardly, people are here.
Yeah, of course you have people wearing double masks.
After being vaccinated. I think that's fantastic.
I love double masks because there's nothing like trying to speak to someone and hearing them say,
exactly. And it's got to be great for your breathing in general, don't you think?
Yeah. Breathing in all of your... First of all, the masks smell like poop after you breathe into them for a few hours.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
So I go on the bus and I put my mask below my nose. I'm in the back. No one sees me. I don't give a fuck. Or down here. So I have it up here, but it's around here. Right. So I go into the city yesterday, and I walked through Washington Square Park, packed. Fucking packed, no social distancing. There was a lot of masks. Don't tell me everyone had a vaccine. No, exactly. No. It was fantastic. The Hare Krishnas were out.
Good for them. We need more of them.
I was doing a little Hare Krishna dancing. This is how I dance. So anyway, I met my friend. We went to, thank you for the laughter, Phil. We went to a restaurant called Lupa, Italian restaurant on Thompson Street. I know, there's so many fucking restaurants. We ate outside because it was gorgeous out, right? And there was the outdoor thing because the virus isn't in the outdoor.
The sukkahs.
I figured the weather. If you ate outside, I figured the weather was pretty good. I mean, it was pouring and snowing. Then if you said you ate outside, I'd be like, wow. Well,
that's what's great about being born on the first day of spring.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So anyway, my point is that we had a lovely time. I was so happy. I'm never happy when people are wearing masks outside, I have to be honest, but at least there were tons of people outside.
Women love to have, and this isn't a bash, but women love to have a lovely time, love to go be taken out, love to go outdoors. That's why my love life is where it is, because I have bicycle parts.
Gotcha.
And I need to, you saying what you did is a huge boost for me, because it makes me remember that women love to be, outdoors, having a lovely time.
Exactly.
And so believe it, that little itty
No,
bit.
especially even if it's with a gay male, which was what was my experience last night. But I love the gay men.
No, of course. No.
I love the gay
Whoever
men.
takes you out, whoever you go out with, you
Yes.
know, it's just something to, but I've actually made a choice. If you're going to, dude, guys, if you're going to date a woman, you have to go, you know, all the way, make sure the place is nice, you do a little homework, you make sure that she and you have a good time, or don't even go. Don't go there thinking, oh, why am I here? What should I be doing? Then she's wondering, what is, so good. A good time.
I'm going to ask you a question because I do talk a lot about me, mostly. And since you're talking about dating, which is always a very welcome topic on the Unknown Zone Talk Show.
Right.
Right, Phil?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Especially Yvonne's dating.
Oh, God, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So, but I'm always curious of the male's perspective. So when you say like, you know, oh, like the, you know, women like to be taken out and
Yes.
that. So when you, let's say, when you like someone and you want to go out with them, what's like your whole, walk me through the process.
The Unknown Show.
Talk show.
The Unknown Show.
Talk show.
The Unknown Zone.
Talk show.